And Hamilton Masakadza is going to have to pay the price. It's a huge wicket. He was looking very comfortable out there, and well, he's called, yeah.
مسلم پوهنتون او طبي علوم انسټیټیوټ چې په لنډ وخت کې د هیوادوالو هر اړخیزه باور ترلاسه کړی د 1990 کال لپاره په لاندې پوهنځیو او څانګو کې محصلین لري. معالجوي طب، استوماتولوژي، حقوق او سیاسي علوم، اقتصاد، عالی نرسنګ، قابلګي، طبي ټکنالوژي، فارماسي، پروتیز، انستیزی او رادیولوژي. پته د اسلامي تمدن مرکز د غزنی ښار د کابل کندهار لویه لاره د بلخ دروازې ته څیرمه مسلم پوهنتون. مسلم د لوړو زده کړو بابري مرکز.
با تبدیل کردن سیم کارت افغان بی سیمتان به سیم جدید یو سیم 1 جی بی اینترنت رایگان به دست بیاورید و از اینترنت 4G سریع مثل نور لذت ببرید. برای مستفید شدن از این پیشکش محدود به نزدیکترین نمایندگی افغان بی سی مراجعه نمایید.
ما افتخار میکنیم که افغان هستیم. افغانستان را دوست داریم.
فرش بی بی دایپر علوم دسمال به ترکیه هواد ساخت. فرش بی بی ستاسو د ګرانو ماشومانو لپاره بهترین انتخاب.
Might have lost his wicket a bit early in last 2 innings, but best player of the side in at number 3.
This is Masakadza's call. He needs to drop it down and say yes or no. But what he's done is he's looked up, looked at his partner, seen his partner coming, then his partner stops and then he runs. Have a look, he's just got to go yes and run. But he stops, then looks up and then comes back, and I tell you what, I put the blame at the feet of Hamilton Masakadza. He's the man that's caused all the toing and froing, the hesitation. They won't mind it, it's a huge wicket. But he's got to be confident. He's on the back foot there, hits it in front of the wicket. Striker's call, basics.
Good leave from Taylor.
Masakanda was responding. He was down there ready to run. Even if he had said no, he had enough time to turn and get back. There was no problems there. So I've got no problem with Terasai Masakanda, the way he responded. They run a single earlier in Shapur Zadran's first over. So yeah, there was smiles just 10 minutes ago. Now they realise that there's some work to do yet, because if they're going to chase this down, they've got to stick to the basics, not worry about the scoreboard, just play simple cricket. Make sure they don't take any unnecessary risks. It's that sort of wicket that you'll always be presented with scoring opportunities as a batsman. Whenever Taylor comes to the crease, it's big for Zimbabwe, because if he gets runs, they'll win the game. It's as simple as that. He got runs in the second game along with Sikandar Raza. They got 330. They don't need that many tonight. They only need 240 odd. But he's a big cog in the Zimbabwe batting wheel. And if he can hold it together, talk to the non-striker, talk to the youngster Masakanda, and they can build a partnership, they'll be well on their way. But it's just one of those wickets. You just need 20 or 30 balls and then you feel that you win. And Taylor's done that nearly in every innings. He's just perished playing some false shots.
Defends it. And that marks the end of the over also. 4 overs gone, 17 for 1.
اساس یک پوهنتون چیست؟ اساتید مجرب، سیستم آموزشی معیاری، محیط مناسب. ویژگی‌های یک پوهنتون برتر چیست؟ برتری در عرصه اکادمیک، برتری در رشد مسلکی محصلان، برتری در نوآوری و انکشاف. با ما بپیوندید. ما پوهنتون کاردان هستیم.
کاردان، کاروان برگزیدگان.
For loss of 1 wicket, Masakadza, the batsman, run out for 7. Never got going in this series, in one-day series in particular. He got some runs in the 2020. Come on, boy! Repair work once again. We Taylor in. If he gets in. He's got the composure, he's got the method. Masakanda got some runs in the previous match, also looked composed.
What he's got to do as well is just put the run out of his mind, regardless of if he thinks it was his fault or what's going to happen in the changing room afterwards. The elder statesman's going to come over and say, what did you do? There's the googly, so hard to pick. He's got to just, put that out of his mind, just concentrate at the job at hand. And that means getting a partnership going here with Brendan Taylor. Making sure they try and keep out Mujib in particular. I don't think they've had too many problems with Shapur the other end. It's this bloke. See, I don't see the necessity in that. It looks manufactured. He doesn't look in control. Doesn't look like he wants to play. Looks like he's playing it out of necessity or forced to play. Doesn't need to. Just needs to concentrate on playing the orthodox strokes that he was playing in the previous overs. Playing with a straight bat, and he played the one flat sweep. There we go, there we go. It's okay to defend. Don't need to play a shot of ball. That's when this bloke comes into play. That's when he's at his best, when the batsmen are attacking, trying to play unorthodox strokes. Solid stuff, gets through his overs very quickly, does Mujib. 5 bowled, 17 for 1.
قلم های لینک از مشهورترین کمپانی های جهان با کیفیت عالی و گرانتی دارای رنگ ها و دیزاین های مختلف. لینک گلایسر، لینک آفکس، لینک پرایم، لینک کندی، لینک H2O در تمام دکان های شهر کابل و ولایات قابل دسترس است. لینک پنس.
با تبدیل کردن سیم کارت افغان بی سیمتان به سیم جدید یو سیم 1 GB اینترنت رایگان به دست بیاورید و از اینترنت 4G سریع مثل نور لذت ببرید. برای مستفید شدن از این پیشکش محدود به نزدیکترین نمایندگی افغان بی سیم مراجعه نمایید.
ما افتخار میکنیم که افغان هستیم. افغانستان را دوست داریم.
Batting under the normal daylight as he did the other day. This was in the second one-day international. Well, he played superbly well. All the shots in the book came out. Lovely lofted shots straight down the ground. Was able to play it over the offside and the onside as well. Really did show his full repertoire and was able to get to 100, 3 figures. And that pleased him very much, and he would love to do another job tonight. Mustn't going to a shell now, Masakandi. Started off nice and urgent, nice and positive. Just since that wicket, tend to have just gone on the defensive side. He's got to make sure that the feet are going as well. You see there that he tends to go back and across and then struggles to get that front foot out, particularly to the length balls.
Mini conversation with Taylor can iron out that problem. What happened, what transpired earlier, the run out. Straight to the fieldsman, Rashid Khan.
Rashid Khan can't keep him out of the game. What a little cameo he played with bat in hand, got them to 242. I'll tell you what, they were looking nowhere near getting there. And here, with ball in hand, there he goes. It's a pretty simple take, but always something happening, trying to create an opportunity. How important will that cameo be in the context of this game? At the end of it, you definitely know that he's going to have some hand in the game with ball in hand. But that little 42, well, tell you what, they were looking odds on to get no more than 210 before he played that knock, and now suddenly they have something to bowl at Afghanistan.
Played a wonderful innings, picks up again. Wonderful innings, 43. Coming in at a position when his team was in a precarious position. Bit of hesitation in wanting the run. Taylor almost there, halfway down.
Guys, you're going to give everybody watching back home heart attacks. Come on. We've seen a few run-outs from the Zimbabweans and very nearly another one. I think the problem is the striker is knocking it down and then looking up to the non-striker to see if he wants to run or not, instead of just calling yes, no, wait.
Good stop.
Says me about run-outs. I used to be one of the best at running a few people out. Don't worry about that. So I'm not probably the best placed person to be speaking on running between the wickets.
But he must have better record than Inzamam ul Haq.
Marginally. His was just a lot more publicised than mine. Just the one off the over. It's been a good one thus far.
Slaughtered 8, but it's been stopped. Impressive stuff from Sapur. It's 18 for 1 after 6.
اساس یک پوهنتون چیست؟ اساتید مجرب، سیستم آموزشی معیاری، محیط مناسب. ویژگی های یک پوهنتون برتر چیست؟ برتری در عرصه اکادمیک، برتری در رشد مسلکی محصلان، برتری در نوآوری و انکشاف. با ما بپیوندید. ما پوهنتون کاردان هستیم.
کاردان، کاروان برگزیدگان.
صبر کن لالا. دیربی ریشما بایی به تراش.
دیربی دیجیری سره د ترکیه هیواد تولید د نړیوال استاندردونه درلودونکی واردونکی شرکت احمد ندی زاده لیمیټډ.
Tucks away on the onside, good single. Picked up 5 wickets in the previous match, was man of the match, and became the youngest international player in ODI cricket to take 5 wickets. Swept it really well. I got the fieldsman on the boundary ropes, tumbling stop from him. Great commitment from Rashid Khan.
Very good commitment from Rashid Khan. Adds a few theatrics as well at the end. Puts in an extra tumble. There he goes. Gets to it. Could have down early. There he goes. Down. Does a little forward roll. And then gets the ball in. Full toss from Mujib. Doesn't try to do too much with it. Brendan Taylor happy to knock it down the ground. The 2 men out on the leg side are mid-on on the boundary and square leg.
Much better from a second this time round, presenting the full face of the bat. The angle that he creates, the variations that he has, and can cause few problems like this.
Outside the line again, trying to play the orthodox flat sweep, pick-up sweep. Not making contact, but getting his pad outside the line, so no dramas.
Mental discipline, that's what important. After playing a couple of good forward defensive stroke, just going for the sweep shot once again. Reverse sweep from Taylor, and it's a beautiful shot. Lovely timing for 4 to mark the end of the over.
دازل په KMC مورن روغتون کې له 50 سلنه ټیټ فیس سره هندي ډاکټران هریو پروفیسور ډاکټر سومیت آنند د اورتوپیدي او بندونو د بدلولو په څانګه کې پروفیسور ډاکټر ماینک مدن د معدې په څانګه کې پروفیسور ډاکټر ډیکسټ په عقلي عصبي او د سر دردونو په څانګه کې د سلواغې د میاشتې له 20 څخه د کپ تر لومړۍ نیټې پورې همدارنګه ډاکټر عبدالعزیز د هند له هیواد څخه د عمومي داخلي په څانګه کې پروفیسور ډاکټر شریفه حقجو د ستوني غوږ پزې او د مخ د ښکلا په څانګه کې پروفیسور ډاکټر محمد کمال د لیپراسکوپي په څانګه کې هر ورځ د سهار له 8 بجو د مازدیګر تر 4 بجو پورې ستاسو په چوپړ کې دي نور د سلواغې له 20 څخه د کپ تر لومړۍ نیټې پورې د شکرې تور او سپین زیړي او وینې غوړ په وړیا توګه کتل کیږي پته د پولیسو څلور لاري کارتیسي کابل افغانستان KMC درملنه په مسکا سره
beaten outside the off stump, angle across. Joining me in the commentary box is Charvi. Good evening.
Good evening. Eventful innings from the Zimbabwean side. Runs and a wicket. Target 242. And that was Mujib getting his 5 in the previous ODI. 5 wickets for 50 in his 10 overs. Bowled exceptionally well. His rippers through. And well, completely foxed the batsman. Beauty of deliveries. And Shapur. Short delivery pulls it away. It's going to be a bit of a challenge as it is for Zimbabwe. The required run rate still on 5 runs and over.
Mujib is a character. He studies designing and design the wickets really well for his team, for himself also. The angles that he creates, the variations that he has, and he's got good temperament, good thinking bowler. At such a young age, 16 years of age, overtaking the record being established for a long time by Waqar Younis, great Waqar Younis from Pakistan.
Well, he's a talented youngster and a blessing for Afghanistan. The next one, that's bowled and that's got straight into the hands of the mid-wicket fielder. And that is going to be the second wicket. It is Musikanda. Well, the short ball by Shapur, that has worked. And he is walking.
سرنوشت ملی خود را با ملی آغاز کنید. مؤسسه تحصیلات عالی ملی با داشتن 6 سال تجربه اکادمیک در پانزه‌های عالی طب معالجوی، استوماتولوژی، حقوق و علوم سیاسی و همچنان در دیپارتمن‌های نیمه عالی، قابلگی، فارمسی، نرسنگ، پروتز دندان و تکنولوژی طبی برای سال 1397 محصل می‌پذیرد. تاریخ امتحان کنکور 25 هوت 1396. ملی، بازتاب اعتبار ملی.
Sikandar Raza was expensive as well.
اساس یک پوهنتون چیست؟ اساتید مجرب، سیستم آموزشی معیاری، محیط مناسب. ویژگی‌های یک پوهنتون برتر چیست؟ برتری در عرصه اکادمیک، برتری در رشد مسلکی محصلان، برتری در نوآوری و انکشاف. با ما بپیوندید. ما پوهنتون کاردان هستیم.
کاردان، کاروان برگزیدگان.
He's been working with Afghanistan cricket for many years, instrumental in coming up with those sprays. Fit man, a lot of knowledge of different pathies also.
It's very knowledgeable physio for Afghanistan. And the new batsman is Craig Ervine, the man in form. 74 matches, 1,957 runs, a decent average, 32.62, and the best of 130 not out. So a lot of responsibility on Craig Ervine to take his team all the way through to the target. And there is Shapur. Oh, good delivery, getting a bit of a shy there at the stumps. And well, Afghanistan yet again are looking to dominate here.
That wasn't the greatest of delivery. The shot, one poor shot selection from Musikanda. I could have hit it in front of, but look at the celebration. It says silencing the critics maybe. Yeah, it's taken 4 matches for him to get in. That is some celebration. Cricket for many years, instrumental in coming up with those sprays. Fit man, a lot of knowledge of different
slip in position for Shapur. Oh, good Yorker delivery that.
And the new batsman is Craig Ervine.
Slightly slower. 128 k's an hour.
Runs, a decent average, 32.6.
Well, I love the reactions today from Shapur. Taking serious victory now, enough time to just take rest because they're flying tomorrow. So not much of time left for them to recover fully before they're flying tomorrow to Zimbabwe to play the World Cup qualifiers. So it's important to give rest to the key player. He's been getting runs for Afghanistan, a lot of runs. The leading run scorer in the tournament so far.
Yet again are looking to dominate here.
Yes, it's the big tournament, the ICC World Cup qualifiers, and that's a good delivery. Very good delivery by Shapur to end the over. So 8 overs gone, it's 26 for 2.
کشورم به طبیب متخصص و آگاه ضرورت دارد. تحصیل تحصیلاتم را عالی می سازم.
میخواهم قضاوت سالم را از اینجا آغاز نمایم.
میخواهم پایه‌های اقتصاد متوازن را رشد دهم.
من مطابق با علوم معاصر و ارتباطات برقی پا می‌گذارم.
عصر ارتباطات با رسیدن به آموزش تکمیلی لسان بین‌المللی را حتمی می‌دانم.
روند این پیشرفت‌های شما مؤسسه تحصیلات عالی زاول.
Two key wickets, the opening pair back in the pavilion. Irwin got a half century in the previous match, and they're just 63 runs away from raising 2,000 runs in one-day internationals.
Flying tomorrow to Zimbabwe to play the World Cup qualifiers, so it's important to give rest to the key player. He's been getting runs for Afghanistan, a lot of runs.
So got the third man up in the circle. They got fine leg up in the circle. Well, the fieldsman there on the boundary ropes at the square leg position and long on for big hits. The sweep or lofted drive downfield. Good delivery, good channel. He's bowling beautifully today.
Well, a promising youngster. He has a job on hand. He's a thinking bowler, as we spoke about earlier. He's got two men in the boundary, the leg side. Good delivery yet again. That's a good one from Mujib. He's just gone away for 18 runs. 6 dot deliveries in his over so far. Yet again, that's a good one. We'll try and create that pressure onto the batsman. Just gone away for 18 runs.
Yeah, good method from
18 runs. 6 dot deliveries.
Taylor is coming forward and defending. So reading the variations really well. Once again, in control of playing the defensive shots. Taylor, 7 of 12. He can afford to take time. A lot of overs left to get the job done. 242 in 50 overs. Driven it handsomely. What a great shot from Taylor. Well, he defended 2 or 3 deliveries in that channel, and then bit of width given, and that allowed him to find the gap through the offside. Look at this one. Minimum of effort. Hand-eye coordination working fine for Taylor.
Perfectly good looking shot that. Look how good that was. The cover drive. Mujib. Good delivery to end the over. And a single as well. So that'll be a wrap here for the 9th over. 9 overs gone. 31 for 2.
افغان بیسی 4G LTE. حالا از سرعت 4G در بسته‌های 3G ما مستفید شوید. 7GB در بدل 800 افغانی، 10GB در بدل 1100 افغانی، 16GB در بدل 1800 افغانی. در صفحه پیام GB مورد نظر خود را نوشته و به 151 ارسال نمایید.
ما افتخار میکنیم که افغان هستیم. افغانستان را دوست داریم.
Well, at one point of time, Afghanistan were 142 for loss of 1 wicket, but after that they just couldn't survive. 242. That's what Zimbabwe needs to win this one. Sapur, he's been taken off. He picked the wicket from the previous over. Bowled beautifully. So 7th match for him. 7 wickets for Sarapuddin Ashraf, the left-arm spinner. And he's been given back-to-back games. Picked a wicket in the previous match also. Was important part of the T20. Not getting many games in one-day internationals. Good variations to have. And since the spin is causing few problems for the Zimbabwe batsmen, so strengthening the spin department.
Looking to attack here. Good decision from Asghar Stanikzai. Very interesting field set as well. He's got one long off right at the boundary. A deep square leg. Backward square leg. Yeah, that's gone up in the air, falling short of the fielder at long off. We're just talking about that fielder. And has got a short third man, the backward point. And well, the lefty-righty combination keeping the Afghani fielders a bit busy on the field. Intelligently played that shot.
Yeah, a couple of mistakes earlier in the back-to-back matches. Got out at the similar fashion, caught at mid-off and caught at long-off position. So we'll have to be careful about this shot. He's too good a batsman to play proper cricketing shots along the ground and get these runs for the team. It's just tempting. Maybe he wants that fieldsman inside the circle.
halfway through would do the job, perhaps, if he's going to attempt it there. Good delivery. Good delivery from Sharafuddin. Well, the required rate still at 5.2. Singles may do the job for Zimbabwe.
Well, he managed to beat the left-hand batsman outside the off stump. Now he wants to strengthen the field on the offside. So he wants the man at the backward of point, man at the cover point position on the offside for the cut stroke maybe. And plays it fine, with fine leg up in the circle. Long chase, may not reach it to the boundary ropes. Couple of runs for Zimbabwean batsman.
I wouldn't mind that. It was a close one, that delivery from Sharafuddin. A lot of expectation will be from the blade of Craig Ervine.
Well, heading forward, couple of things from Zimbabwean perspective. There will be a lot of dew, already a fantastic batting surface, and dew will aid in stroke making. So should be playing percentage cricket without thinking too much about whether runs coming or not. Beaten with a huge appeal for caught behind. The umpire is not convinced, and that marks the end of the over. 34 for 2 in 10 overs.
Yum Yum Continental او فاست فود د هوساینې څخه ډک ځای او پاکه سیمه له لوړو معیارونو سره نمونه او ښکلی میلمستون د نړۍ په کچه ښکلی فضا او د پاکیزګۍ نښه روزل شوي پرسونل او اشپزانو په درلودلو او ډول ډول خوړو او څښاک سره د پلازمینې په زړه پورې سیمه کې ستاسو په چوپړ کې یم یم کانټیننټال د ډول ډول او معیاري خوړو رښتینی تمځای.
There you go. That's the signal for the power play number 2. 10 overs gone, 34 for 2. Zimbabwe, they are in chase. And at this stage, Afghanistan were 25 for 1. So slightly behind in the run. And also had just lost 1 wicket. So they did pick up pace in the latter of the game. So Mujib to continue.
Well, Charvi, one thing I cannot understand, when in the first 10 overs, nothing happening, runs not coming, and once this power play is taken, it's not mandatory to have all the fieldsmen on, 4 fieldsmen on the boundary ropes. You can have those fieldsmen inside the 30-yard circle. So captain must be thinking about continuing to build the pressure and inviting that false stroke from the batsman. That's something that they can do. That's where they made mistake, the Zimbabwean.
Well, what probably they should look at is to have put that pressure, still have the slip in place, bring in the gully if required. A good delivery that from Mujib, just going through to the batsman.
And get those additional people inside the circle also. Look at this one. There goes the off one. The one that turns away from the left-hand batsman, the googly.
Also, you will help the spinners skip the ball through the surface. And it's a good piece of fielding as well. Applause coming in from a very relaxed looking Afghanistan side. Moving on, they will be moving on to Zimbabwe for the World Cup qualifiers. And they will have to carry forward this form further on.
Yes, some method, the video analyst in conversation with Naeem. Punches it just for 1.
Right hand.
Taking the singles. Can take a cue from Rehmat Shah and Javed Ahmadi, the way they batted after 10 overs.
Perhaps they would look at that. The opening up the field also is trying to tempt the batsmen to go over, to play their shots freely, so they can get the wicket. Well, the dot delivery to end the over. Just 2 from it. 11 overs gone. 36 for 2.
بوهنتون با انستیتوت تکنیکی مسلم که در مدت زمان کم اعتماد همه‌جانبه هموطنان را به دست آورده برای سال 1397 در فاکولته‌ها و بخش‌های زیل محصل می‌پذیرد. طب معالجگی، استوماتولوژی، حقوق و علوم سیاسی، اقتصاد، نرسینگ عاطفی، قابلگی، تکنولوژی فارماسی، پروتز، انستزی و رادیولوژی. آدرس مرکز تمدن اسلامی شهر غزنی، شاهراه کابل کندهار، جوار دروازه بلخ، بوهنتون مسلم مرکز با اعتماد تحصیلات عالی.
2 4-wicket hauls as well. Look at his economy. And also the highest wicket taker for Afghanistan, Mohammad Nabi. Comes in from the angle, and we were talking about this, Devendra, in the previous inning, how modern day spinners have understood the art of coming into the batsman, bowling from an angle, and the slip in position as well for Mohammad Nabi.
Skidding on, just no clue about that one, just getting the inside edge, getting a single. A lot of talk, a lot of technology contributing the way they want to go about the business of bowling in certain areas, creating certain problems or breaking the patterns or bad habits when they develop. A slight change in the field. It's dropping the fieldsman on the boundary groups. 2 men on the sweep there, one at the square position, one at the deep mid-wicket position on the onside. And then they got the man on the lofted drive on the onside at long off position. Yeah, a lot of talk, lot of chirp. They sit together, they discuss, they plan, and then they try to execute. And that's where he is at the moment. The video analyst is in conversation with Gulbuddin Naeeb. Early today was in conversation with Nabi about how he should go about the business of bowling to a certain batsman, maybe to Irwin. Maybe there is a plan in place. That's what happened earlier today.
Come on, boy.
Intense chat about maybe thinking of, wanted to get some more revolution maybe on the ball to have more impact against the left-hand batsman.
Always interesting chats with the experts in the management. And Mohammad Nabi definitely coming in with a plan. So the last delivery of the 12th over, Mohammad Nabi. Well, the single to end the over. So just 3 from it. 12 gone, 39 for 2.
قلم‌های پیانو کریستال، پیانو صفا، اسپید دو سره، اسکور کریستال، اسکور پاور پلاس از مشهورترین کمپانی های جهان با کیفیت عالی. قلم‌های پیانو کریستال از مشهورترین کمپانی های جهان از تمام دکان‌های شهر کابل و ولایات به دست آورده می توانید.
They did get a lot of runs in the power play using the field restrictions, and just as when the going was good, and there you go, there was that run out, a very unfortunate run out. Well, since then some good shots been played all around, and then that catch that was taken brilliantly at mid-wicket, and since then Zimbabwe looked to be in some amount of pressure. They're in chase, chasing 242 in this 5th and final ODI.
Drives it downfield, is going to take a single. So a couple of interesting observations in the first 10 overs. One, the method that the batsmen found. They look to play more positively. The conventional cricket shots, presenting the full face of the bat, getting forward, suffering across and maneuvering the bowlers. The strike rotation was also good. And then some madness, the run out, and then a poor shot selection from Sikandar. Oh, beautifully bowled! What a great delivery!
And that will run away for a boundary. That will run away for a boundary. And there was a great delivery from Sharafuddin, using the surface. Let's have a look at that one. It's flighted. And a beauty of a delivery that went just straight down to the ground. And lucky there, Zimbabwe getting a couple of runs.
It's not turning, it's skidding. The ball is skidding off the surface. The due impact. Wristy work on the onside just for one. More it travels on this outfield. Peach of a delivery, lovely toss of delivery, just holding its line, not far away from the stumps. Needed better effort from the wicketkeeper on that occasion. Might be blighted, his sight might be blighted by the presence of the batsman in the path. But you have to understand the conditions quickly. We'll have to prepare for accordingly.
That's a good run there. Very cheeky.
Right hand, right hand.
And let's look at that. Just tapped in front, played with soft hands, and a quick run there.
Yeah, clear communication, not like what happened with the first wicket. Masakads are getting out, run out with hesitation, and then there was one more opportunity when Taylor arrived. And that clear calling this time around. 13 overs have been bowled.
خپل افغان بسیم سیم کارت په نوي یو سیم بدل کړئ او 1 جی بي وړیا انټرنیټ ترلاسه کړئ او له کرنا تیز انټرنیټ څخه ګټه واخلئ. له دې وړاندیز څخه د ګټې پورته کولو لپاره د افغان بسیم تر ټولو نږدې څانګې ته ورشئ.
موږ ویاړو چې افغانان یو، افغانستان سره مینه لرو.
بطری ها اولین و راحت ترین نوع بسته‌بندی بوده، اما جاشونو به بسته‌بندی پاکتی دادن که به راحتی بطری نیستن. پس اینا هم باید جاشونو به بسته‌بندی جدید بدن. بسته‌بندی جدید سانستار کامبیدان. استفاده از اون به راحتی بطریه و مثل پاکت کیفیت نوشیدنی رو حفظ میکنه. پس با هم کامل تر. سانستار.
He would like to add create an opportunity.
So they got short third men at the backward point position, sweeper on the boundary on the offside, men at the extra cover position, and then long off on the offside, long on, mid wicket, short fine, a square leg on the boundary ropes. Just getting through the overs and maneuvering singles in between 3 or 4 runs from 1 over against the spinner, and then punishing the fast bowlers. That should be the course of action with Dew. Big possibility affecting the state of play. Wonderfully well swept, but it's been stopped well by Rashid Khan.
Good piece of fielding there, just giving a single on that occasion. Just look at that. It's a good shot from Mervyn, but yet again a good piece of fielding from Rashid Khan.
Well, spinner gripping the ball can be a difficulty today with Dew, a lot of Dew in using the towels. Flicks to the onside, easy single. They know the areas from where they can manufacture singles.
Well, at the moment they need to get through the spinners' overs, and as long as they get their singles at the right time, should be able to do the job. Now we're making just coming from an angle there. Good delivery. Just trying to keep it as tight as possible.
And will they get past 15-14 overs?
Perhaps. They need just 2 more deliveries left in this 14th over. Nabi has gone away for 5 runs. It's a well-placed drive. We'll get a single. Wouldn't mind that. Brings the score on to 49 now. They need to build a partnership here, these two.
Here they've been able to negotiate Mujib Zidran without any damage against him. Last ball of this over. Works through the onside, and the score will remain stationary on 49 for 2.
مؤسسه تحصیلات عالی شفا، نصاب تحصیلی معیاری، اساتید با تجربه و مسلکی، تطبیقات، لابراتوارهای مجهز، کوزهای مسلکی و تقویتی، دیپلم در لسان انگلیسی و ترانسپورت رایگان برای الناس، همراه با فیس باور نکردنی. هیستوماتولوژی 16000 افغانی، فارماسی 12000 افغانی، حقوق و علوم سیاسی 8000 افغانی. مؤسسه تحصیلات عالی شفا، آینده درخشان شما.
Should be great fun. Witnessing the next 7 overs or so, entertaining, intriguing, with Rashid Khan, the possibility of Rashid Khan coming on. 50 is up for Zimbabwe. In the commentary box, Neil, with him Alistair Campbell.
Thank you so much, Devinder. As they say, the calm before the storm, and the man who created the storm at the top order of Zimbabwean batting lineup, Alistair, welcome into the comm box.
Don't know about a storm, maybe chaos.
Well, kind of words to be said in the introductions. Meanwhile, this one was chaotic. A dive put in there to save himself, Craig Ervine.
Thumbs up there means all well that ends well. To show that he was comfortable when running. Have a look at this. Oh, I tell you what, direct hit, and he would have been struggling. Didn't put the orthodox dive and really went in sideways. Tell you what, directed, he was out. Direct hit, and he would have been a few centimeters short, I reckon.
Well, yeah, it seemed like he was trying to field the ball off the boundary line. The sideways slide has been doing a good job at the boundary line. Craig Ervine took a couple of catches at the fence. So still not out of it, looks like. Meanwhile, a single here. This is good. They just need those singles, maybe those doubles, and they'll reach there. 5.38 is all they need per over.
Yeah, that's the beauty about only chasing 240 odd is the run rate never gets too hectic. Even if you go through a bit of a bad patch, don't score, you're always in the game. Where it's over 300, it starts escalating, 7, 8s, 9s, goes there very quickly. Whereas when you're chasing 240, you're never really under a huge amount of scoreboard pressure, particularly on a surface like this. You always know that if you're in, you can find a few boundaries when you need to. So this is a crucial partnership for Zimbabwe. These are the two most experienced batsmen, the guys that have done it for Zimbabwe before. And if they're going to get through it, they need to make sure they are there when Rashid comes on to bowl. In batsman is the key. 15 bowled, 52 for 2.
بوهانتون و انستیتوت علوم طبی مسلم که در مدت زمان کم اعتماد همه‌جانبه هموطنان را به دست آورده برای سال 1397 در فاکولته‌ها و بخش‌های ذیل محصل می‌پذیرد. طب معالجوی، استوماتولوژی، حقوق و علوم سیاسی، اقتصاد، نرسنگ عالی، قابلگی، تکنولوژی طبی، فارماسی، پروتیز، انستزی و رادیولوژی. آدرس مرکز تمدن اسلامی شهر غزنی، شاهراه کابل کندهار، جوار دروازه بلخ، بوهانتون مسلم مرکز با اعتماد تحصیلات عالی.
Singles nudging here and there and getting the runs on board, and then went behind the pacers to get all their boundaries.
Yeah, and Ervine needs a few balls to get really started. He's one of those guys that just needs to feel bat on ball, doesn't get off to fast starts. But once he gets in, he's able to play shots like that. Mid on and mid off are really wide. He's come down the wicket, a calculated stroke down the ground, and he's played it beautifully.
Well, if you're hitting these shots, you don't need no fielders there. Beautifully lodged and went behind the side screen.
You know, there must be a gap of all of 60-70 meters between mid on and mid off. They are really wide, and he's picked the gap perfectly. But as I said, he needs to take his time a bit. Taylor's more a runner ball guy, accumulator. He'll always be there and thereabouts. But it's crucial. We know that Secunda Raza is to come. We know what he can do. Solomon Mire playing out of position down the back end of the order. But those guys will have to come in and face Rashid if these guys or one of these guys gets out. So it's crucial that they stick to the game plans. And the game plan, I believe, is to just play him out. Rashid, don't play any shots against him. Just look to rotate the strike. And if he bowls his 10 overs for 30 and they're still there, you're still going to win the game.
Well, that's the game plan that's been precisely laid out by the man who knows it all, what happens on ground. And it's just basic. It's no rocket science from here on. Get your singles and doubles done, see off Rashid, you've almost taken care of Mujib pretty well, and you're done. So that's the end of the 16th, 60 for 2.
والکه لک خبرې وکړه وړیا د وړیا
د افغان بیسیم د نوي وړاندیز څخه تاسو کولی شئ چې د 0.99 افغانیو په لګښت په هر 10 ثانیو له هرې شبکې سره خبرې وکړئ. څه ته ګورئ؟ ورشئ او همدا اوس یې فعاله کړئ.
بالکل وړیا د وړیا.
موږ ویاړو چې افغانان یو، افغانستان سره مینه لرو.
Not very often do these balls come into play these days with the bowlers using 2 new balls from either ends.
Yeah, gone are the days where the reverse swing started in the 30th over on these sorts of surfaces. You would have seen Wasim and Wakar running in and yesteryear, hooping it around corners. But that's the reason it got brought in, was because they seemed deemed to be an unfair advantage. So I think the two new balls have evened things out a bit. And you still see the skill bowlers being able to get that reverse swing in that last 10 overs if need be.
Well, in the recent South African series, we did see Shami doing a bit of reverse. But then again, it all depends on the ability of the bowler and also the conditions. In these conditions, it would be very difficult for any bowler unless you are a reincarnation of a Wakar or Wasim.
Yeah, it's a nice green outfield, so that keeps the ball relatively unscuffed, as it were. The pitch is abrasive, it's got no grass, so that would do its damage to the ball. But if you've got an abrasive outfield as well, that's when the reverse swing really came into play earlier. But you're right, you still need the skill to take advantage of being able to do it, and do it as well as those two blokes that you mentioned. There were none better in the world.
Well, meanwhile, easy pickings, taking those singles comfortably. 2 runs coming off this over so far. Playing it towards the fine leg region, taking the run off the hand of the skipper Asghar Stanikzai there. A little bit of dew, not enabling the fielders to grab the ball properly and throw it down the line. A shout there and a single to end the over. That'll be 63 for 2 after.
مؤسسه تحصیلات عالی زاوال.
یم یم کانتیننتال و فست فود، مکانی دنج و پر از آرامش، تندیسی از پاکیزگی با معیارهای بلند مهمانداری به سطح بین الملل، فضای متفاوت و پذیرایی به بهترین وجه با سرویس عالی و پرسنل آموزش دیده، با حضور آشپزان و غذاهای داخلی و خارجی، پیش غذا و نوشیدنی های گوارا. در زیباترین مکان پایتخت حضور گرمتان را پذیرا هستیم. یم یم سمبولی از تنوع و غذاهای معیاری.
Well, does Brendan Taylor gets him a lot of runs in one-day international cricket. And on this occasion, Mohammad Nabi a little too full, and he's pierced the gap perfectly. He's hit it square of the man who's fielding at short third man, and he knows as soon as he hits it, looks up, that's 4.
No changes in the field whatsoever. The third man manned by Shapur Zagran inside the 30-yard circle. A quick single there.
Left hand, left hand.
This is good cricket. Hit a boundary, take a single, get off strike, just like you'd been taught in the textbook.
Exactly. You would know, being a coach, that's exactly what you would tell the youngsters. Simple as that, really. And as long as you've got good communication, non-strikers ready to run, that's a classic example of an easy rotation.
Meanwhile, yet another single taken. This has to be the order of the day. Dispatch those bad ones, meanwhile get those singles in place. You will be home. The required run rate dropping from a 5.5 to 5.32 already in 2 overs time, courtesy that one big 6 by Irwin and a boundary here by Taylor.
We haven't really seen a game go late enough into the evening to see if dew's a factor or not. In all the games, 330 scored in the first 2. That was in the afternoon, both sides. Afghanistan on one occasion, Zim on the other, 150 all out or 170 all out, so didn't really go past 8 o'clock. And the previous 2 as well. Zimbabwe batting poorly in the afternoon. I think they finished 7:30. So this tonight will go into that 9:30, 10 o'clock's sort of time scale. Be interesting to see then if dew's a factor. We saw it in the T20s being a factor, and if it is a factor, how does Rashid cope with it? Does he get the amount of turn that he's used to getting, particularly on the Google, when it's hard to grip?
We're at this one again, a single there, and that'll be the end of the over. 72 runs on the board, 2 wickets down, and it's 18 overs completed.
The Afghan BSIM 4G LTE
اوس د 4G سرعت څخه زموږ په دریجی کڅوړو کې ګټه پورته کړئ. 2GB د 800 افغانیو په بدل کې، 10GB د 1100 افغانیو په بدل کې، 14GB د 800 افغانیو په بدل کې. په پیغام پاڼه کې خپل د خوښې GB ولیکئ او 150 ته یې واستوئ.
موږ ویاړو چې افغانان یو، افغانستان سره مینه لرو.
ویتامین C برای اولین بار از نوشابه‌های ژاپنی در افغانستان.
The teams would be on soon. Get in touch with the Afghanistan Cricket Board if you need more information. Meanwhile, Sharafuddin coming in, played it straight to the skipper there. It's rare to see a skipper fielding at the short fine leg position. Not very often do we see that.
Yeah, he's in business there, particularly to the left-hander, but also gives him a good view of the field. So probably a good vantage point for him to stand. But generally you see them in the cover mid-wicket area.
Or unless you have a skilled wicket keeper like MS Dhoni, then you'll find Virat Kohli standing on the long end boundary. Meanwhile, talk about the long on and play towards the long on region. Rahmat there, sending the ball back to the wicket keeper for a single there.
Normally bowls in two spells, Rashid. One around about this time and the other one at the back end of the innings, and I think this is the time Ashkar Stanikzai's got to think about him coming on to bowl. They need to break this partnership if they're going to win the game. They need to get another wicket here now. If this is allowed to continue for another 10 overs or so and they put on another 50 runs, suddenly 130 for 2, and it's a bridge too far for the fielding side, although you never say that with Rashid still in the tank. And as I said, I just think now's the time they really want to get their wicket taker on and try and break this partnership.
That's a big call, and that is a wicket. Taylor's gone. Ashraf Sharafuddin celebrates. They know that they've got their man.
اساس یک پوهنتون چیست؟ اساتید مجرب، سیستم آموزشی معیاری، محیط مناسب. ویژگی‌های یک پوهنتون برتر چیست؟ برتری در عرصه اکادمیک، برتری در رشد مسلکی محصلان، برتری در نوآوری و انکشاف. با ما بپیوندید. ما پوهنتون کاردان هستیم.
کاردان، کاروان برگزیدگان.
صبر کن لالا. دیربی ریشما بویی به تراش.
دیربی د ژیرې سره د ترکیې هېواد تولید د نړیوال استاندردونه درلودونکي واردونکي شرکت احمد نبی زاده لیمیتد.
So it's Sikandar Raza who comes in, 79 matches old, 2,184 runs, a strike rate of 81 plus, an average 34.67, best of 141. He wouldn't need that to do today, but what he would need is a great partnership with Craig Irwin to take it from where Brendan Taylor left it at. A shout there, but a big inside edge there.
End of the over, 72 for 3.
خپل افغان بي سیم کارت په نوي یو سیم بدل کړئ او 1GB وړیا انټرنیټ ترلاسه کړئ او له کرانا تیز انټرنیټ څخه ګټه واخلئ. له دې وړاندیز څخه د ګټې پورته کولو لپاره د افغان بي سیم تر ټولو نږدې څانګې ته ورشئ.
موږ ویاړو چې افغانان یو، افغانستان سره مینه لرو.
Take the leadership position from here on. The senior partner in the partnership. Sikandar Raza joining him, and he's in because of this. A regulation plum LBW. And Nigel Long didn't take time to raise his finger. Meanwhile, a single taken will bring Sikandar Raza on strike for the first time against Mohammad Nabi.
Yeah, as plumb as they come, unfortunately for Brendan Taylor. He was looking so good as well, looking like nothing was troubling him. He was set his stall out for another big score, but it's come to an end, and that means Sikandar Raza has got a job to do now to build a partnership with Craig Irvine. He's been in some sublime form as well. 92 he got in the second game. Got a few roughies, you'd have to say, in the subsequent games. Maybe tonight's the night. He'll give it his everything, don't worry about that, with Sikandar Raza. Bowled beautifully with ball in hand, 2 wickets for him, 2 for 40. Really put the skids underneath the Afghan innings. Fielded well, and now his chance to shine with bat in hand.
That's a beautiful effort there by Shahpur Zadran, the tall man. Difficult for him to go down, but he's done it beautifully.
Left hand, left hand.
Not very easy for a fast bowler who's as tall and big to put in a dive of this structure. False start, sent back. Shahpur Zadran has been sent to the fine leg region after that fantastic fielding effort. Maybe some rest time there.
You'll feel a bit aggrieved. Reckon, what have I done wrong, Skip? Putting in the effort, bowled brilliantly and fielding like a demon. And from my efforts, you tell me to go to the position where all the donkeys field.
Meanwhile, a single to keep Shahpur Zadran busy, and that'll be the end of the 20th. 75 for 3.
سرنوشت ملی خود را با ملی آغاز کنید. مؤسسه تحصیلات عالی ملی با داشتن 6 سال تجربه اکادمیک در پانزهی‌های عالی طب معالجوی، استوماتولوژی، حقوق و علوم سیاسی و همچنان در دیپارتمن‌های نیمه عالی، قابلگی، فارمسی، نخسنگ، پروتز دندان و تکنولوژی طبی برای سال 1397 محصل می‌پذیرد. تاریخ امتحان کنکور 25 هوت 1396. ملی، بازتاب اعتبار ملی.
So it'll be Sharafuddin to continue from the pavilion end. A successful over the previous one got rid of Brendan Taylor. A beautiful LBW. Just at the right time when Afghanistan needed to get a breakthrough. And mind you, Rashid Khan is yet to arrive.
Yeah, he's done so well, has Sharafuddin. 1 for 13 in the 6th over. This is one more look at Brendan Taylor playing for a bit of turn, just went on with the arm and was going to clatter into the stumps.
Right hand, right hand.
So his economy rate, under 2.5 to the over. Terrific effort. That's where all the big dogs hang out. Chairman's enclosure on your left hand side, chairman of Afghanistan cricket. Evenly poised at the moment. This particular game can go either way. You feel that if Afghanistan get another wicket share, they're in front, and if this partnership flourishes to another 30 or 40, then Zimbabwe will have their noses in front. Ebbs and flows of one-day cricket. Oh, he's bowled him. He's bowled him. Zimbabwe in trouble now. Big trouble. Sikandar Raza has prodded forward to one. And it's come off, I think, bat and pad, and then lobbed onto the stumps. A bit unlucky, you'd have to say, but the bails have been dislodged.
قلم های لینک از مشهورترین کمپانی های جهان با کیفیت عالی و گرانتی، دارای رنگ ها و دیزاین های مختلف. لینک گلایسر، لینک آفکس، لینک پرایم، لینک کندی، لینک H2O در تمام دکان‌های شهر کابل و ولایات قابل دسترس است. لینک پنس،
بچه آماده هستین دیگه برای کوهنوردی؟
والا دوستان آمدن هم اتسان و مریض هستم.
بیاد که منظره را بر احمد لایو استریم کنید. بچهش من هم میتونم لایو برم. خیلی باش ما از افغان بیسیم برس لایو برم.
با سریعترین شبکه 4G از فیسبوک لذت بیشتر ببرید.
ما افتخار میکنیم که افغان هستیم. افغانستان را دوست داریم.
شفاخانه مدرن KMC این بار با 50% تخفیف در فیس OPD دکتران هندی هر یک دکتر سومیت آنند، پروفسور ارتوپدی و تعویض مفاصل، دکتر ماینک مدن، پروفسور معده و دکتر دکست متخصص عقلی عصبی و سردردهای مزمن از تاریخ 27 دلو سال جاری الی اول هود دعوت به عمل آورده و همچنین دکتر عبدالعزیز در بخش داخلی عمومی از کشور هندوستان، دکتر شریف اغجو فوق تخصص از کشور ایران در بخش سر و گردن، گوش و گلو زیبایی صورت و بلند کردن بینی و همچنین دکتر محمد کمال تخصص جراحی لپاروسکوپی از کشور امریکا هم روزه در خدمت هموطنان عزیز قرار دارد. از تاریخ 27 دلو الی اول هوت 1396 معاینات شکر زردی سیاه زردی سفید و چربی خون بدون فیس اجرا می گردد. ثبت نام جریان دارد. KMC تداوی با لبخند.
انستیتوت علوم صحی جامع کامپلکس با 7 دور فراغت افتخار دارد که برای دور هشتم در رشته‌های فارماسی، تکنولوژی طبی، نرسنگ عالی، پروتز دندان، قابلگی عالی، رادیولوژی و انستزی محصل میپذیرد. فیس هر سمستر با کار عملی فقط 3000 افغانی. آدرس: سرک کوتسنگی، کمپنی، قلعه جرنی. انستیتوت علوم صحی جامع کامپلکس، پیام‌آور آرزوهای شما.
آیا تا حال امید سرعت تیزتر اینترنت را کرده اید تا سریعتر و بهتر کار کنید؟ کمی سرعت بیشتر میتوانست تمام بازی را تغییر بدهد. زندگی سریعتر، زندگی بهتر. افغان بیسیم 4G LTE.
ما افتخار میکنیم که افغان هستیم. افغانستان را دوست داریم.
فريش بي بي دايبر علوم دسمال ترکیه هواد ساخت. فريش بي بي ستاسو د ګرانو ماشومانو لپاره بهترین انتخاب.
Presentation to Rashid Khan as an associate player of the year was magical in the rise of Afghanistan cricket, in this romance with cricket and making big contribution in the rise of cricket and getting the test status. So they've been brilliant, the spinners, and Rashid Khan in particular. Welcome all the new batsmen in. 78th match for him, 1,256 runs. Average is not something that's going to send positive vibes in the Zimbabwe camp. 19.63, best of 99. That might give some confidence moving forward. Hits him on the pad straight away in the commentary box. I'm Devendra. With me is Charvi. Sikandar Raja, key man.
Well, that was the wicket, the big wicket for Afghanistan. And they got it right away very early. And Sharafuddin, he's got 2 for 14. And tricky, their situation. A lot of dew. That'll be the end of the over as well. 21 gone, 76 for 4.
اساس یک پوهنتون چیست؟ اساتید مجرب، سیستم آموزشی معیاری، محیط مناسب. ویژگی های یک پوهنتون برتر چیست؟ برتری در عرصه اکادمیک، برتری در رشد مسلکی محصلان، برتری در نوآوری و انکشاف. با ما بپیوندید. ما پوهنتون کاردان هستیم.
کاردان، کاروان برگزیدگان.
Wicket taker. Afghanistan in one-day internationals. Well, when you organize a tournament, you need some support. Lot of support. Just getting through the overs, not turning, but it's just getting through quickly. Demands a forward defensive stroke this time around.
And the man in the black jacket, he is the COO of Azizi Bank. And yes, as Devendra was mentioning, we do require a lot of support when an event comes in play. And big thanks to the main sponsor, of this ODI series, the Azizi Bank ODI series. Well, that's the CEO yet again. Well, took off a piece of grass there, Shahpur, while Felix just a bit of fixations there.
Water content in the field. That's why sliding and got stuck. Might have done a big damage to his knee there. Fast bowlers.
Perhaps, and the dew coming in play. Mohammad Nabi. Well, Rashid Khan yet to be brought into the attack. This is interesting here from Afghanistan. And yes, a big shout, and the finger goes up. Caught him right in front. And Nabi gets his man. The 5th wicket to fall, and the celebrations begin in the crowd. 77 for 5.
Sikandar Raza was expensive as well.
فريش بي بي دايبار علوم دسمال د قوي جذابیت سره د ترکیه هواد ساخت د ښکلي بوی درلودونکی سل په سلو کې نخي د پوره الاستیک بندونو درلودونکی 12 ساعتونو مقاومت درلودونکی فريش بي بي ستاسو د ګرانو ماشومانو لپاره بهترین انتخاب.
آیا تا حال امید سرعت تیزتر اینترنت را کرده اید تا سریعتر و بهتر کار کنید؟ کمی سرعت بیشتر می‌تواند تمام بازی را تغییر بدهد. زندگی سریعتر، زندگی بهتر. افغان بیسیم 4G LTE.
ما افتخار میکنیم که افغان هستیم. افغانستان را دوست داریم.
5 wickets down for Zimbabwe, and they're in trouble. Solomon Maya, 31 matches, 710 runs, 23.67 the average, and the best of 112. Usually opens for Zimbabwe.
Well, he's been opening the batting for Zimbabwe, but not firing at the top, getting start and then throwing his wicket away with those crazy shots. But the challenge is not over. Now Rashid Khan, he hasn't encountered him so far in this one-day series, so it's going to be a big test of his technique, his temperament. The ball is skidding and coming quickly off the wicket, so it's going to be a big challenge. But man has got some ability with the bat. A lot of dignitaries there in the president box there, witnessing the action. So slip in position for the new batsman in. And gets the edge, has it carried, he throws the ball up in the air, wicket straight away. The motion, but it's not working.
Yes, that's a 6th wicket to fall, and Mohammad Nabi gets the wicket right away.
Well, the fieldsmen are celebrating. The batsman is not convinced. The batsman is not convinced. 2 umpires are in conversation at the moment, thinking about refereeing it. Had that carried.
Well, they might, and yes, they will go up to the 3rd umpire, and the decision has been given out. However, it'll be checked by the 3rd umpire, and as procedure calls up, they will check Nabi's front foot for the no ball. 22nd over in progress, and that was the last delivery. If this is a wicket, Devendra, Nabi will be on a hat-trick.
That's fine with the front foot, no problems there. He's got a lot of experience and can't be making these kind of mistakes. And look at this one. So gets there outside edge, and oh dear, that he might have grasped this one.
Well, there might be a bump ball, that one, perhaps, and well, another angle will give the 3rd umpire a bit of, yes, this is the right angle. There you go. The edge, does it carry, and well, this is something that they will have to check, whether Naib being very confident on that one. Where you go, there you go, that's the one. And just checking on that, whether the fingers do curl up under the ball.
Just get a feeling that this angle, or that you might have grasped it, or the fingers beneath it, 2 fingers beneath it, are that or not. So it's going to be tough challenge for the third umpire also. Has he grasped it? You can't have the clear evidence then, and then it will stay with the on-field umpire. So are you 100% convinced about this?
Not too sure. Well, there has to be a clear evidence that it's been a bump ball. Otherwise, the decision remains. That will be of out. And that's the reason why the third umpire just making sure.
Wants to have another look, maybe wants to have another look. This angle might not provide the clear picture. So no clear evidence, and the soft signal was out. So don't get a conclusive picture here, then it's going to be problematic time. Just in there, big decision coming up next. Out.
ما برای پیشرفت به زمان بیشتری نیاز داریم.
ما نمی توانیم زمان را نگه داریم، اما می توانیم از آن استفاده کنیم.
این زمان است که موفقیت را می سازد.
حالا می توانید 6000 دقیقه را در بدل 499 افغانی از افغان بیسیم به افغان بیسیم برای 1 ماه به دست آورید. برای فالسازی ستاره 233 ستاره 2 ستاره 1 علامت نمبر را دایل نمایید. با پرداخت کمتر بیشتر صحبت کنید.
ما افتخار می کنیم که افغان هستیم. افغانستان را دوست داریم.
Well, 90th match for Graham Cremer, 698 runs. The captain comes out with bat in hand. His team is in a precarious position, 77 for 6. Solomon Maya demoted but not working.
Tricky call that. Even with technology, you can't tell. And well, if the umpire has raised his finger up, that will be the decision that they will go for. So Rashid Khan, well, anticipation towards the end. He's been brought into the attack from the far end. 37 matches.